Because clearly there are so many that would be lost without me. And I'm saying that, like, you here to get found, stupid? I ain't got much time on this battery life. Weather's starting to warm up, so I gotta try to condense most of this into 30 minutes. I'm really thankful that they finally putting the SmackDown results up somewhere in the Easy archive where it's accessible on .com. A little bit of the extra, but it ain't much. It ain't as hard as it was. So now, yo, let's get into this, man. They crying. Oh, no SmackDown, no NXT. And the parking lot and situations and who's trying to one-upmanship each other. And it can't just be friendly. We're doing our thing here, up, and they're doing their thing there. Nah, I gotta keep mixing and matching. Yo, whatever. Yo, let's get into SmackDown. First of all, everybody that got released last week, I'm kind of sad about, like 95% of them. But then, if I was to sit here and look through the list, I could give you at least a reason or two, outside of maybe one or two people, which I'm very just biased with, you know. Yeah, you know, you can see the directions. So it's either they gonna fizzle out or they'll be released. So that happened. It is what it is. A little sad, but we moving on. God bless him, and we hope him all well. Now, okay, maybe like 3 or 4 of them. Whatever. All right, SmackDown last week. LA Knight, Dan, face to face. Okay, something to do. Everybody on SmackDown is just building the character to make it on Raw. I'm not going against any of the shows entertainment-wise. I'm just paying attention to what the offerings have been. These characters, I don't want to see them fight because they're both over, but a lot of superstars are over right now. That's really good stuff. So I'll leave that there. You know, so far as just the promos and meeting to say things because it's a wrestling show and, you know, got to devolve into combat somehow. All right, fine. Good stuff. And then they had the match in the no contest. Okay, cool. Jake's U.S. champ, fine. Solo right with him. Keep support. Let's do that. Fraction, pretty deadly. All right, now we call him Fraction because they're on the main roster. I don't like it. Nathan Frazier and Axiom, but it's main roster. Gotta have levels of the glitz and glam to it. So I get it. We'll keep it rolling. I'm happy that they're there. You know, like all the nonsense aside, I'm happy to see them on the main roster. And it is about time for that kind of shift so far as transitions from NXT to the main roster. Like who seems the readiest, who's potentially at the readiest, like things like that. So good. And then it'd be pretty deadly. Pretty deadly been on a run for the past couple of weeks, maybe like a month or so. So all right, fine. Not mad at that. And they still look good. Pause. So let's keep it going. All right. Nia Jax, Tiff, Naomi, and Jade. It's good. It's good. Let it continue. Jade just going with her. She's continuing to develop. So good. Nia looks awesome. And then I'm thinking, who else? Tiff looks great. She's definitely growing into the title. You know, there's a little bit more that is required so far as just making it happen and continuing with the championship, making it continue to pop. But for right now, she's still shiny with the title, so that's a good look. Aleister Black, The Miz, AB is back. Good. Beat The Miz. Shouts to Miz, killing it. And then my man Mello with the Dre chain. Fire. Good idea. That's very nice. Zelina Vega beat Piper Niven. Alright, her Secret Harvesting, look, put the belt back on Chelsea. If anything, my opinion, I think they found a lane as far as a created character archetype goes. I think it's something. I think it's a solid faction. Chelsea Green, I think, has found her final form. My opinion, she could just go and continue being Chelsea Green, but I think it's been built naturally even throughout the absences. So now we've gotten to a point where I'm happy to see, what she's bringing forth next so far as that character. Piper Niven and Alba Fire, great. I'm mad that Isla couldn't be along for this ride, but It's falling into what it's falling into. It'd be nice if we could get another member with that, but good. All right, maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6 or 7. No, 5 or 6. I'm definitely mad about because I'm upset about Caden and Katana for real so far as the tag division went. Randy, Legend Killer, John Cena at Backlash on Saturday, streaming live on Peacock. All right, fine, good, good. Good promo. Cena get another date out the way, and it'll be a solid match. Go home promo, SmackDown. We'll see how it plays out. Shouts to Randy, that ass. Ray Phoenix, Santos Escobar. Santos look good, man. I think they had a pretty solid match. Ray's okay. Like, it's nothing against him. He brand new, but it's like, look, we just got Penta. Now you're going to give us this Ray Phoenix character. Both of them very popping. Great look in the ring. So far as all of it, full package, presentation, all of it, they're good. They're good. I can appreciate the dynamic that I've been able to just pick up on between the two of them on separate brands. So, good look. Good look. I like it. Tiff, Jade, Nia, Naomi, look, Trend has been on a completely different wavelength, and I'm immensely proud of her. You know, she's been a different animal. We've all seen it, you know, throughout the couple of weeks now. I want to say months, I don't know, but she looks great out there. For real, for real. I appreciate Creative for letting her get into that back. It's a little bit of the extra mounted punches. She doing too much, but that crazy. You know, we don't go that crazy. Like, don't go full retard, but keep that crazy going. The other side of Black Girl Magic, man. That's what we seeing with that, and I'm really appreciating it. Let's not push it too hard. Everybody did way more than what they needed to do. You know what I mean? So we seen that one little unnecessary crazy person moment, and then after that, I would say, you know, cool folk, but let's just keep it pushing and let life do what life does. You know, like respectfully, because you're dealing with the holiest of thou, you know, in Trinity Fatu. Shouts to the bloodline, respectfully. So it's like, look, she had a little moment, a little too crazy, but everything else with proceeding with caution and the rest of it, look, I love it. I think it's a great look for her. I think it's a great look. The little curlies and the rest of it, you know, look, keep it going, keep them shiny, and you know, I know the energy that she's of, so after what's been guaning for the past couple of weeks, I can feel that constant needing to be present. So let's keep at that for real. Now, moving on. Penta JD on Raw. Oh man. Okay, everyone's talking about Paul Heyman having his damn near conniption. Jay is the champion. Yeah. Small complaints about the opening intro with him, and I've gotten accustomed to it. I got nothing to say. I'm seeing more people gathering to do that as they zoom out into the crowd. Yeah, no complaints here. I think I've said more than enough so far as like just praises for the WWE champion. So then, yeah, Paul, you know, he makes sense. That's really what I got. He makes sense. He had the things he needed to say. He said the things he wanted to say. Oh, man. Pardon me. He had things he wanted to say. He said the things he wanted to say. And, you know, now we move forward so far as, you know, what happens next. Am I looking at a new stable? Do I see a new faction, like an ongoing remix to Evolution? Absolutely. They get a new member. We go from there. Braun looking a little, what's this, and why is he getting the shot? Like, nah. Because the direction this could go, this got way more than a couple of months written on it. But if it's really done properly, like, look, just call Sons of Future. Look, we got a two-man power trip. We got a real run on that. And then, in case they want to do this, like, I don't agree with the idea, but they want to split Theory and Waller, we still got that space for the tense teamwork, but they still going to be together at the end because of Paulie, you know? Like, Paulie done came to Jesus and actually realized the importance of keeping a team together as opposed to stabbing everybody in the back or whatever. But maybe Braun and Seth don't ever put him in a difficult position to make a hard decision the way Punk, quote unquote, bestie did. You know what I'm saying? And I like how he's still rapping for Roman, like, ever so slightly. Like, that's really good stuff. So good first segment. Fine, he's okay. Good acting. Showed you exactly how Paul Heyman would do it. Not masterclass per se, but pretty much a masterclass in how to conduct yourself during a promo. You've been doing it for years. It's real easy to go with the crowd. Small heckling. I don't agree with that, but it's people pay their money to get there and talk that shit. So it's levels to it. But if I was out there, I'd be pulling cats like, get me my broken skull and get me my ATV. I mean, my broken skull motorcycle helmet. Give me my ATV. Find me some IPA or two, and I'm running somebody the fuck down. That's just how I feel. Word to 41. Good Lord, let's move on. All right, Penta, JD McDonough. All right, good. JD's back after all that crazy injury. Like, for real, we wanted him to be better. He's better. Back on deck. Let's just get it popping and keep moving now. I already had anything else to say about Penta. He looked good. Not going to go into too much. It's working. So let it continue to build naturally. The rest of Raw, Judgment Day stuff, and Finn is looking like he want to turn, but then he don't want to turn. I don't trust Carlito right now. Keep it real with you. I think he looks good, but same time, like the way they've been promoting him on TV, we don't know. Call him Bad Apple, whatever else. Now, Finn dealing with the instant constant interference, whatever. Sheamus, Austin Theory. Good to see Sheamus. Good to have Theory back. That was comical in itself. It's always good to see Sheamus. What we doing with Theory and Waller? Waller ain't want to jump in the match. That was kind of funny. Let's move on. Becky Lynch, Lara Valkyria, huge brawl. Becky wants the Intercontinental Championship. Now, it took mad long, but we finally got to the point where I can speak highly on Lara Valkyria. And I've always spoken highly about it before, but now because things make sense the way they do, with her in the championship, we get to see the parts where she does shine. Got to see that she can handle her own in the ring. Good. And already did it with Becky. This was a long time ago built. Good. Now everything is up to the point it needs to be, and she can hold her own on promo at least enough. Good. Becky has inspired character. We're not going to get into who or how, you know what I'm saying? But the clear and obvious is the clear and obvious. So I wouldn't go complaining. I'd just go trying to see who Becky's trying to seemingly embody so far as a very fun heel run goes. I'm looking at it, and I'm enjoying it now. I'm enjoying it because it's development for Rebecca at this point. Like, we've all wanted something to be done with the main character, and now there's space for it. That's what we wanted. Universal element. God bless the product. God bless creative. Good stuff on them. Now, Io Sky, Roxy, non-title. Good match, yo. A good match. I really enjoy and appreciate, what it was. That's ill. I don't know about that. But I really enjoy and appreciate what it was so far as what they were trying to offer the match. But the shenanigans at the end of it all is what's gonna make more sense. Plus the crazy pinning attempts at the end, which I think was a top spot on Raw. I think it was one of the better moments so far as the product was going, and I really, really liked how it left space for more of that type of story to be told in the future with different superstars. So good stuff. Rusev beat Otis. Oh, god damn. You want to say he's just out there needing to do his job because job of talents, take the pin. But nobody wants to come down too hard on OTs, Tozawa ran down in there after the match was over like it was going to be something that happened. It's Rusev Day, bro. Like, he's going to cleanse you, point blank. He's going to purify your impurities, point blank. You know what I mean? Like Minnetonka, we're going to need units dispatched. Just saying. So, that's really what we looking at. Now, hold up, run it back. Julia and Roxy jumped in. I'm liking Julia right now. I'm not going front. Oh, look at the craziness, not the dispatched units. Julia is, I think it's working for her. I don't know what, but something about the anime element is definitely working for her right now. So then we looking at Gunther vowing to squash Pat at Backlash on Saturday. I mean, I don't have my name in the hat necessarily for a pick of the pony, but I totally can, get behind Pat trying to get back in and having a match. Creative said it was a good idea. He tried to get in there with Braun, and he didn't want to do it, so that was another thing. Now he's got a million of things doing, and if he's got things happening and he can't stop, he has to make them happen, or he just can't control whatever energy he got to where he want to take on. Like if you have a wish or a warrant, you're going the fuck down, and that's what it's looking like. We know what we're going to do. Oh no, you're not going to bully us for telling what we want to say. Like, okay, well, you're not going to be mad when he do what he want to do. I'm gonna leave myself out of it. If I speak to one more thing in regard to it, I heard from a guy about, the feelings that he had regarding trusting certain things and feeling like he might be capable. So it's like, nah, just trust the process of creative, because Pat might pick up this win on Gunther. You never know. And I mean, the last thing I'm gonna say on it, respectfully, Pat, there's ass kicking on advances forward. That's what I know. So we just gonna move on from there. Seth Rollins defeated the champion via disqualification. All of the craziness went down. Sami Zayn jumped in. Then CM Punk jumps in. Then Logan Paul jumps in because the focus was supposed to be on him from the top of the show. I mean, it's solidifying spots on the roster. That's the way I'm looking at, building these stars up. So far as everyone trying to enforce too much of an idea, I mean, no. Don't reach too hard, because then you're gonna realize exactly why you shouldn't have been reaching to begin with. Like Jordan talked about that back in the day, but we ain't gonna get into it. Let's get into these streets of NXT, man. It ain't too much. Opening stuff with the parking lot and how everybody was moving around in somewhat of the unison and all of that. You can try, but then you realize what you're in competition with, and I think I'd rather the gloss of the main roster, but we not gonna talk down on anything going on in the Performance Center personally. Now, Dark State beat Joe Hendry, Hank Walker, Tank. All right. God bless everything going down at the Performance Center right now. My man Shiz is on another level with being able to utilize the element of a smaller crowd, smaller building, but just as much impact because of, just how that situation situates itself at this point with the superstars and the talent and the rest of it. And then we're in a transitional period, so those on the up, been on the up. This is why you want to believe in the level up process. This is why you want to believe in Evolve happening right now, LFG, Tough Enough vibe, all of that. I really enjoy it. I appreciate it. So, we just look forward to what else they could do. 6-man tag, all of that, TNA acquisitions or something like it, AAA acquisitions, million things happening. People getting signed, people getting released left and right. That 6-man tag match was a nice way to open up NXT. That's the way I saw it. Everybody looked shiny by the end of it. That's how I felt. Zarya, Kalani. All right, Kalani ain't need to lose, but Zarya definitely needed to win. So good stuff. So Rook out there looking damn good with the title. Pretty all right. The end was good. They're building that upon that dynamic, so I won't be upset about it. If I got anything else on it, I think I'm good. They all look good. Miles Bourne wins the 25-man Battle Royal. No one expected Miles to pick up that victory. Good on Miles, man. Good on Miles. And good on NQCC. Everybody looks good. Then we got this dummy wanting to jump in. Huh? You know, if we're looking at these little fake I did stand-ins, I don't agree with the sentiment, but at the same time, it's not necessarily in my hands to have the sentiment to begin with. Like, if I earned the match and then here comes somebody else thinking that they're gonna be able to jump in and win the match or do better, whatever the fuck you call it, I'm talking within the context of this. Bitch, like, now we gonna have to see Charlie Dempsey get his ass kicked. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. Well, that's just how that plays out. Like, oh well. Like, what you thought was gonna happen. You wanna keep jumping in, like you actually got some kind of stake and investment in it. You fool. I mean, like, I just don't agree. I can't. I have to be myself and who I am, not some bullshit version. So when I'm looking at uh, a number one contender when it's being replaced by who his leader, that nigga ain't no leader. Who is that guy? You know what I'm saying? Like that. I'm like, he wasn't. He was a stand-in because the other guy got kicked out. Like, distance. What are we talking? Who is? Whatever. So now the ruler gets to continue to dominate. Now he gets to run through the no quarter catch crew on some look. Both of your men's went down, and Tavion just stayed a hype man. If we really calling it like that, like I don't want to talk down on none of them. I'm just saying if it got to be pushed to the levels that it's being pushed to so far as Hard Force, yo, look, my man jumping in, the ultimate lesson is going to be taught and stop, just don't, like, I know how it's going to play out, so we'll see. Now, throughout the match, Trick, Williams, how's a Trick, and then Joe Hendry comes out, man, look, a lot of whatevers. Let's just move on. They got a lot going on so far, just trying to get the promotion and look a little better, so I'm not jumping into too much of that myself because observation in regards to those analytics, it's priceless. If you're looking for something to do, I guess it'll give you something to do, but I don't know how much you're really gonna get out of it so far as the genuine article. But at least the people get 2 matches now, right? Or at least get more than one match. Shit, they might even get more than one match in the same night. I think the people are into that now, so let's move on. Jada Parker, Carmen Petrovic. All right. Love Carmen. She looked great. Miss Parker has moved up a rank, obviously, so good for her. We're gonna keep it going. Right person won. Carmen needs to keep moving. Are we getting her and Ashanti back together? Like, is he still a player? What's going on with that? Where's Nikita Lyons right now? How's that playing? I hope she's not re-injured or nothing like that. But what's going on? What's doing? Let's move on. Jordynne Grace, Julia, number 1 contender match for the NXT Women's Championship, and somewhat of a main event. Yo, they put on. The moves, perfect. Move list, I wouldn't say go back and watch the match, but I would definitely say go back and watch the match if you're trying to get an idea of what the future should be looking like. Both sides. Julia solidified herself, pardon me, I was thinking about, I couldn't put my hand on it, to the match. She's strong style. I mean, it's already been called, we already knew that, but no. That's her thing. She's strong style. That makes sense. And then she could take a damn hit. It's crazy. Her in there with Jordynne, we needed that for Jordynne. She needed the victory. But beyond needing the victory, she needed the showcasing of her talent. She's in there. She's gonna be a factor moving forward. She reminds me, respectfully, I'm going to tenure in the company at this point, but she reminds me of a little bit of a larger Zoe Stark, like bodybuilding Zoe Stark for real. Shouts to Zoe because I know she just suffered a small loss so far as her tag partner goes. But yo, let's go and see what happens next, man. I'm ready for that part. So good for them. Around NXT, Raw, SmackDown, blah blah blah. There's your 30 minutes. You think we about to be back in good graces? Probably not. Don't take that. 85% of the audience ain't even got to feel no way about that. You know what I mean? But the person that needs to know, the people that need to know that shit is not about to be cute either way. Yeah, sorry. I love you though.